45 minutes left in the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Let's have a look at where things stand. We are positive 0.5%, in fact, for the S&P. Nice way to end off a Thursday. Here we go with the Dow, 0.28 to the upside. NASDAQ has been kind of hovering around break even for most of the day. We're still slightly red at this point. Here in Toronto, we are positive, but just barely. Look at cryptos at the bottom. And yeah, crude oil still 2% to the upside. Nice move for oil once again today, guys.
We're going to get right into it here. I can tell you about MRIN, but we got to jump over to Krispy Kreme. And going to go to Sean here because it opened up. I was indisposed, I have to say, here because it opened up a little bit late. But Sean, let them know what happened in Krispy Kreme.
Yes, welcome, guys, to the fastest 45 minutes on YouTube. Look, we talked about this earlier. Neil did not want to take the opening print for good reason because yesterday DD did not work. I felt like Krispy Kreme was just a little bit of a different situation. Don't really know why, other than the fact that a little more fanfare, not Chinese. A lot of the Chinese names have been beaten down as of late. Like Alibaba should be at all-time highs, not near lows, right? And so it's a little different story. But here it is, man. Just as explained on the pre-show, I was taking the opening print, guys, okay? And my strategy for this, all of our strategies is very, very simple. We actually just did a video on this. Basically, you take the long and you look for an even dollar out, right? This wick didn't happen. So I was going to get out if it broke 16 or 15.50, something like that, to the downside. So the minute it goes in the money, that 50 cents, we get out of about less than half there. Then it rips up through 17, takes them out 17, 17.25, 17.50 like normal. Hold that last 10% for the moon. But you know me, that doesn't happen too often. So we let it bounce around. It goes up to 19 and change, bounce around, bounce around. Once we get back to 19, I tell myself, you know what? Maybe I'll take this out. But instead, I put a stop order for 18.50, which was good because it bounces all the way down to 17.75 and then takes off. So we're going to go, oh, Canada, because it's Happy Canada Day for everybody out there. And this was a good win, man. We made decent amount of cash on this. We have, you know, we're at our highest spot we've been at all day. We haven't traded it since. Like I said, we were busy filming and whatnot, but now we'll look at this name, upside $20.50, the high. So congratulations, anybody took that advice. This is why you got to watch the show, man. At 8:30, this was my biggest trade of the day. It's my most successful stock today, and there we go, donut, with not even a lot of risk, right? I mean, take the amount of shares you're comfortable with, but I had to plan. So does it suck when I look at this and it's up $3? Of course it is. That's the worst. I wish I still had the whole boat, but I got to stay disciplined. I do my trade, and it's my #1 stock on the day. And I've traded 1, 2, 3, anyways, traded 7 names. You'll see at the bottom soon. So I'm very, very happy with this one. Thumbs up for that. We'll explode some money. Thank you so much, Krispy Kreme.
Definitely. We'll do a backflip, but that's going to be what I'll talk about MRI in a second. But we talk about rules often, right? So I didn't want to take the opening print. That still leaves breakout trades. I wasn't even sitting here. I sat back down when it was all the way at like $17.50, $18. So I wasn't here to take any breakout trades. But I did say in the morning show that if I wasn't taking the opening print, the only price I wanted to short was if it got to that original issue range. $21 first. If that broke, I was looking at 24. You're going to see I tried shorting it 17.80. The only reason I did this because I sat down and missed on the longs and then was just mad at myself that I missed it. So I'm like, I'll short off here. Takes out that 18.25 high, short when it failed there. Then when it made a top at 20 even, failed break at 20, retested, got out when it broke that high. Neither one of those are 21. Now here's the thing. The most important part about this, it actually stalled out here at 20.60, and if you're not taking that trade there, that's actually close enough that maybe I would have started that position in front of 21, and then I could still be in it. But you break your rules, you have a target area, you don't make up the number out of thin air, you always have to make sure that you follow those rules. So I show you guys real time, and you guys can all watch the morning show where I blatantly said I wouldn't short it until 21, and you can see the evidence that I did not. So rather than tell you about Tesla, you can see that. And MRIN, breaking VWAP, that was a good one this morning. The short again working out. Brendo?
All right, YOU, DNUT, great move, great debut. YOU, guys, waited for day 2, apparently, because, wow, this thing opened down here this morning, 42.50, tagged $54 at the top end there. It's come off a long way already. Just broke 49 there on decent volume. But this one also yesterday, IPO'd, successful debut, decent move. But day number 2, giving you opportunities in YOU.
You're going to see me there with one trade on right now, and it's DD. So this was the swing trade for. I see some of you guys asking about a swing. Honestly, I think it might be DD again. I don't really have anything. I can't give you a swing trade every day because, I mean, maybe Neil has one, Brendan. I mean, yesterday was DD and AMD. They're both huge trades. I don't know where AMD is right now. I haven't looked at it in a bit. We could check it. Is it still up, though? AMD 93 inches, not flat on the day, but was a good runner early. You guys saw that one. And no, DD, I just, you know what? We've had this. We had it long from the open. We have the very bottom of the whole day, and it's ripped up to 1690. Let's see what happens at the close. I'm going to hold this all the way, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going over that, what kind of play that I have. And what gave me this idea yesterday for DD, guys, was just the fact that you had this monster move down. It was its birthday, its first day up. And, you know, it had a nice close into the close. I mean, it didn't, but it didn't break 14. So that was the key thing there for a swing trade. And if we came in today and we were around this 14, the good thing about it is we had a defined out, right? So if we went long, which I recommended yesterday, and thank you for all the love, and that's probably why you're back. But, you know, we went long at that 14 and able to get it up to 16 or so today. So that was a good trade. Today, the problem with saying hold DD is, you know, if you're still in this name, and we can't hold it, or I would. I mean, I have the bottom. The thing is, you get in at 1625 right now and hold it. The upside today, you know, we have to take out, obviously, this high, then the highs from yesterday, which is right around here anyways, but you could fall back into this 15 range. So I think there's just a little bit more inherent risk today in holding a DD. I'm pretty proud of myself and not proud of myself completely, and I'm sad because I know a lot of us are holding Palantir, but yesterday at this time of day, guys, we got out at 26.7, 26.69 right here on this move. We got out of 10%, I believe. It might have been 15, 10 or 15%, doesn't matter, of Palantir. And now today it's down that 6%. So it's getting close to a reload spot there on Palantir as well, guys.
So William Craig, we'll talk about meds here. That was heavy trading this morning. Obviously, most of it off the open. I haven't really touched it since since about lunchtime or just about 12 o'clock there, guys. And you had that massive run up that most of the action was into the pre-market, and then had that rollover at 9:30. And you know, it could have been patient for that prime setup, which is the failure through the high at 9:30. But I was messing around with it earlier to limited success down to the $8 range, and of course the top was pretty good. Here's the issue. You're gonna look at the daily chart here of meds, and you're gonna see a pretty noticeable pattern if you go back far enough. I'm giving you all the way to 2020 for a reason here, because every single time, and again, it's basically popping down to like $4, maybe like $3 recently, but it gets into this like $9.50, $10 range, and then absolutely flushes back to the downside. So you have had, you know, what looks pretty good, like you break above like a 50 period, and then you break through that, you break through that high, you come back in and make a second push off a higher low at like 414. So all that looks pretty solid. But if you're actually long at like, let's just say today, like maybe you pick the bottom over here, like a 725 or like a 750, that's a long way to $4. So, you know, if you're long somehow from that consolidation, okay, well, maybe that actually makes some sense. If it holds the low of the day today, it's worth the risk reward. But long up here, I mean, your only stop is it holds the low of the day today, and then you got overnight risk as well. It already did that failure at 10 today, or shy of $10, which has been that turnaround point before. So unless it gets some, I guess some like Reddit hype behind it or something like that, I don't love the risk to reward here. That's one of the reasons when it popped up this morning, we were like, let's short it. I never really even tried the long trade on meds, so sometimes it might not be what we want to hear, but I don't see it with that one. I think we had an idea that Zila the other day was going to be sort of the opposite of that, and I like that setup. Of course, you know, it did give you that great, like almost 100% return, and then the offering in the pre-market. So with any of those, make sure you have access to pre-market trading. A huge advantage to you if you're going to hold those overnight. MRIN, just another one. This spike up this morning, and stick around. The trade of the day involves halts. It's not MRIN. MRIN was good, but CPOP was crazier. That stock is ridiculous, and we'll get to that. And we'll get to that a little bit later in this session. But I got back into this one. I told you guys here, since that wipeout, I guess, like breakout, the last halt trade, we got it short off of that 20. Well, I made top wick before I jumped right back in on that fail, right here at like 1866. It's since been failing at 1750. So when it popped up here in the afternoon, tested it twice. The second time I took it, I take some out in front of VWAP, so that's been a good one. Now I'm looking for it to break down towards 16 to take the rest out. And I've been long in front of 675 area on Tesla pretty much the majority of the afternoon here, or the late afternoon. I want that one to break back above 680. If it takes out that double low at 74, I'm out. Brendo?
Yeah, we are still up 0.5%. Was just reading, guys, 6 straight record high close coming potentially for the S&P today. Accenture, not necessarily a great day trading stock overall, but a pretty good move today. I'll show you in a sec. They picked up this IT consulting services company, Travadis AD, in a deal today. So ACN coming up to recent highs here above that wick right there, about 300, which is coming, guys, for Accenture.
Yeah, Accenture's a big boy stock, man. That's a great name there. Donut maybe for a swing? Yeah, sure, why not? Take some coffee, dip it in there, Tiamore. But I don't know, man. I mean, this donut is really, really high up today right now. I mean, when you get this kind of what was the price again, Neil? It was 17?
It was a 16 issue.
16 issue, something like that. So you're up a little bit here on donut. I don't know. I mean,
so 17 issue.
17, I think it was 17. But anyways, the point is here, I don't know. I don't really have. Let me think about it. We still have a half hour. I'll start looking. As I look at charts, I'll see if I can come up with something else for you guys. But again, swing trades are not meant to be put on every single day, guys. I mean,
they're not swing trades.
Right. These are just ideas for a little bit of time there. I did want to talk to you about quickly about crypto. Whoops. Crypto started off pretty good today, or pretty bad actually. It dipped down and then we came all the way back up, and now we're dipping again to these lows. So watch out for 2050 on this number if you guys are there on Ethereum. And then Bitcoin right now is just bouncing around, actually a pretty key level as well right now. 1 minute chart there it is, bouncing to 33,000 as well. So crypto having a day today. Let's wait to see at the end of the day. Brendan will review how much we're down. It's about 4 or 5% depending on the time frames of some of those. Okay, we still have DD. Oh, I want to talk about AMC. AMC today, we hit it and quit it and made money. So AMC, a nice one. We're only negative on 2 names today, AMD and NIO. So those are 2 negative stocks for me today. AMC, again, ignored it all this way. Part of it is, like Neil said, we're not sitting at our desks all the time. But this 52 bottom, congratulations. I saw people on the chat talking about getting that. That's good. But you have consolidation right now. And again, we could sit here and say apes, this and that, and blah, 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 and firing it off to the moon. But I'm going to hit this cool graphic that we have. You could hold forever. That's fine. Up to you. You guys trade you. But you're coming into some consolidation a little bit right now at this 54.75. So we get as high as 54.50 there. I just want, because you guys were talking, and I know some of you are long down here, just watch out for this spot because it is coming near VWAP there of 55. So to me, and again, if you like the long, nothing wrong with the position. I love the position. I think it's great. The only problem is I would think about getting out maybe 54.50, and it depends how many trades you have left. And Neil and I obviously can go back and forth, and then you can get back in if you break 55. I just see a lot of resistance upside here on AMC, so that's the one little cautionary tale there that I have for those of you guys that are long and are able to make multiple trades. This may be a spot that you might want to get out of half or so, where we just ripped up to 54.40, 54.30. If you're long off the bottom, take that $2. Put it there, and then if you break above some of these levels, then I think you have permission for go time there as far as the charts are concerned.
Yeah, and I mentioned we'd talk about some of the Haltfest trades, and that CPOP, it's slowed down a lot, so it seems rather calm. As a matter of fact, this 53 level, I mean, it'd be interesting if it were to break, but the volume is dying down. You just got to remember what this silly thing did yesterday. Gap, gap, gap. I mean, you had so many halts on the way up. And you would have thought 33 would have been ridiculous enough, but then when it gapped up and held 33, it was off to the races once the market opened. It was a big flush trade where you waited for it to come down off of 79. This one is, like, for a day trade, this is a very, very specific style of trade. I would just watch out. If you somehow are long in this stock, I can't justify how you could be necessarily holding on to it, especially if it were to break 53 or 50 here, because this stock could come down to $11 or $12 or $15 at any moment, guys. And I think you have to be careful with it. MRIN was a halt trade that was a little bit more secure, but it is coming back upside here. And oops, I don't want to get rid of that order. You have to watch out. If this breaks 1750, like I said, I think I said at the beginning of this show here, that if it breaks this without taking out that 16 level, we could be looking at another run up to $20. And this time, I would not short it again until it actually tested that high. That's a lot of runway. This stock halted 3 times up on the way from 12 to 20, and then stabilized here at 14 before again stabilizing at VWAP at 16. So it could have that afternoon run in it. It's only got 30 minutes to do so, but that's enough time for one like this, Brendan.
Icon PLC, biotech company here, just popping up late in the day. They announced an acquisition today of another smaller company, but here we go. ICLR Big time volume coming in here, guys. Just broke 214, trying to make recent high. Anyways, getting back above some important levels for ICLR.
I'm guessing Christopher James Holcomb is not in the building right now as he's having a very beautiful Canada Day, looks like, out there in BC, I guess. I didn't even see that would make sense to me. That's where that is right now. I guess it could be Alberta. Anyways, I don't know where that is, but congratulations, guys. Looking the best. That's what family's all about. Get out there, enjoy the good weather, give thumbs up. So nice to be able to do all this again. Those of us here in Canada, you guys don't even understand like how grateful we are to be able to do this as we're just now coming out of lockdown. So nice, great job on Canada Day. And I know that it was a goal. Hey, what's up, Troll? This guy just fell. What's up, maybe the Blue Jays? Man, that bullpen is crap. Hey, we scored 7 runs and lost again. Come on, guys. Let's get going on that bullpen, get some help. Apparently, Neil, guy from Pittsburgh on our mind, Rodriguez or something?
Yeah, just you know, like I'm that into baseball. I literally drafted Rodriguez in my AL, NL only, and we get to trade one from the other, specifically expecting him to get traded to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Right.
So I kind of made that call to my fans in my fantasy league that Richard Rodriguez would be a J by the end of the year, and I drafted him for that purpose because my AL team needs some help. The Jays need even more help. Now, this ICLR absolutely does not need any help that Brendan brought your attention to. But the first thing I did was like, and I'll show you DD in a second, but because I got on my DD at the high of the day, this is almost like the same thing. It's like stock falling all the way down, double bottom, and then holding the level, breaking out, and then all the way to yesterday's high, potentially. I mean, if I was long this, I'd be saying, you gotta get out, look at it right at yesterday's top. So ICLR, I just thought that was kind of funny. It does bring me back over to DD, which of course is, there you go, DD. I know you're on the NASDAQ, but it's a ride-hailing company. I think tech. I think it should be whatever. So it's on the New York. I think it should be on the NASDAQ. But DD opens up late, right at that top, 17 flushes. We talked about that at 14 why I couldn't hold. And what would happen if we opened above 15? It was going to be a long off that 15 area. I sat down and literally was like 15 barcoding at 15, 16. I'll take it long there. But I took the last out when it approached that high of the day. 17 could still be a breakout. There's enough time for it to happen, but it's not feeling as likely as it was before. So those that are saying, yeah, is it a swing trade there? I'm going to be likely looking to play a 17 break tomorrow morning. And barring that, if there's any kind of a gap down, look back to that 15 level. So it's hard to put too much stock in holding it overnight. That if you're taking it at a 1640, you're looking for a break of that double top, and it's only traded for 2 days. So that's why I don't think it makes a lot of sense. It doesn't mean that I don't think DD eventually trades higher. I actually think it absolutely could do that. But you're talking about what are you going to do in a short time frame? I just don't see the setup being there at all. But we are definitely going to be trading it tomorrow. I think it's going to be an actionable one. Tesla, just because I am in it. I don't have a heck of a lot of reason. I've already scalped this a couple of times on Tesla in that tight range, and that was just like, what am I even doing, like messing around with it? I want this thing above 680. When it made that little bit of a dip, they had the news going Indian market and then pulled right back. It bounced to 72, and then it's held that 75 area. So, this was me saying, what am I doing, like messing around? I should be holding on to this trade for the break and then at least testing it to like 82 to 85. Now, I want like a $5 to $8 winner on this trade, and I was messing around with like a dollar at a time early on. So hanging on to Tesla, I might be into that one to the close. Although if it takes out 74, I'm likely to just give up the $2 and get out of it right there. 25 minutes left. So we do have to be flat at the end of the day for anyone just tuning in for the first time. Sean and I are day trading. All of our positions have to be off in these accounts by 4.
One last time, happy Canada Day for everybody watching. There we go. Okay, and Dan, I got your note here on the chat. Thank you so much, guys. And here it is, Dan. Did you get my Twitter message? This is the important thing. This is why I'm showing this, guys. Nothing to do with anything other than use some funds to invest in myself, right? I think that's something that's really super important to get to trade better, have a very, very comfortable situation. And this looks amazing, man. I wish this was mine. Super clean, super set up here. Like what you're doing, a good setup, invest in yourselves. But what do I see up here? What are these things here, Dan? Are those sticky notes? Because every time I see a sticky note, you have to send me 1 cent. So, okay, there's that. So Sticky Note Nation. Of course, we were just joking, but a great setup. Keep it clean, keep it simple. Just watch out. If you guys have watched the show before, sometimes You guys know that I have happy feet. Sometimes you can kick these cords out, so just be very, very careful there, Daniel. You may want to invest in a UPS or something, or just watch out for the happy feet there. Thank you so much. And there it is, man. Like, I respond to my Twitter messages all the time. I hope you guys keep firing them off to me. I don't have time to do them all, but that's definitely one of them. Congratulations, Daniel. Glad you're able to make a little bit of money and then reinvest in yourself. So to me, that's super and that's important. Congratulations. Okay, Facebook here, a nice runner. We've been talking about Facebook for a while as well. And, you know, this was, again, another play that we gave as a swing play not too long ago. It dipped down the last couple days, but Facebook is a strong one, man. I would be long this. Where's my daily chart? Oh, God, daily chart is frozen again. Oh, no, here it is. Good to have it back. Facebook's been super strong. It keeps bouncing off these 50-period moving averages. You know, I loved that rhetoric the other day from the FTC there, where they've, you know, basically just bypassed them. They're not worried about it. Hold my beer for that one, says Facebook, as they continue to investigate them and their monopolistic behaviors. I say bring it on as a shareholder. Those are my two favorite words because, you know, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, mega cap tech, they all have these problems, and they're all virtually, not Tesla, at all-time highs. So let's just keep on going. I know Apple's not there, but it's going to get there. So anyways, let's just keep on going. I like this for a 360 break at some point, man. Like, I think it happens maybe even tomorrow. This is a bad week to trade because there's a lot of people going on vacation and holidays, right? We showed a picture already. Probably a lot of traders already getting ready for 4th of July. So there may not be X amount of follow-through on some of these plays, but I love Facebook, guys, and I'd be swinging that one for a couple weeks, if not just a couple days. What's up, Brendo?
Speaking of all-time highs, another one you can throw in that group, or a lot of people throw in that group. This one, all-time highs again this morning, guys. Another upgrade for NVIDIA. We got all the way up here to 818 and change. BMO talking about 1,000 coming for NVIDIA. So holding 810 right now, looking good.
Yeah, join the club there for sure. And just got us some MRI in there as view up there. As it gets closer to the close, definitely going to have to take some more out here. I thought we'd get the next leg at 16. It is rolling over, but you get closer to that close, you got to take that profit. So I got a question, like, you know, what I use for my levels. I used to use sticky notes as well. I think a lot of guys on the floor used to as well. But they gave us free iPads. We use iPads on the show, or at least I got one for the show. So I have that in front of me. That's where my levels come down. I tend to have... Once I write it down, I usually do have it sort of memorized. I can call up the chart and kind of remember what it was that I was looking at for that particular price level. And then I'll do like side notes, like at a particular price, it's like expected resistance, weak resistance, breakdown trade, do not short, like that kind of a thing. There are always notes for myself. I like trading setups, of course, as you guys know, but you want to make sure you have some key levels there as well. MRIN, of course, just as I decide it's getting a little bit late, I got to take some out because it's not rolling over. Yeah, that's right. It just pops $1 in the money. So I don't know. It's a trap. It's a trap. It felt like a trap that it was going to bounce off VWAP again, but I could have held on. I'm still in the money $1 in the last third of the trade, so we don't mind. We're happy with it. We're still at 679 on Tesla. Can't seem to break that 680 level, but I want to give that a little bit of time. And just because Donut's doing it to me, I broke my rule and I didn't actually wait till 21. So if this thing holds below that 21 level, the only gift will be that I think we'll be able to play that reference price, or the original issue range. We might be able to play that range tomorrow. I think that's the other thing with this stock. Remember, they were going to come out 21 to 24, and because of the amount of interest in it, they had to drop it down. Right, so they dropped it to 17 in this particular case. So, you know, obviously, you know, I would tend to think there might be a little bit of resistance at that price range, given the fact they had to drop the issue from there. It never got to 21. I shorted it anyways. That's a break of the rule. I'll say it a million times. Shouldn't have done it. Did do it anyways. Tomorrow, I think we'll be looking at 21 and then 24 on Krispy Kreme. And I won't be having any more of those donuts because I had my fill already this week. Brendan?
Another recent high flyer trying to make a mad dash into the close here. Audia, the AUUD, we were talking about this a couple days back. This thing popped up to 6 first off. Yeah, that's a bit of a move. Took out that high and hasn't looked back. 630 to 750 right now for AUUD.
Okay, so I'm going to, there it goes. Shoot, I got into donut there. It's going to be out in a second, so whatever. Yeah, I can't even explain why. So it looked like they're at 2010 or 2009 there. I just lost 5 cents. It doesn't matter. The point is that there looked like there was a little bit of a wall forming there at 09, like it was stacked. Oh man, I wish I could just rewind that to show you guys. But anyways, there was a stacked offer there at 09, and it kind of looked like this, but there was more levels. And I just thought that for some reason there was too many gateways there looking to get short. Like I almost think that's the opposite way now, looking to get long. But it doesn't matter. It cracked it, and then I had a very, very small stop. So that's a real trade for sure. I tried to make it. It looked like, and I was thinking, you know what? Maybe we go short and we give it up to this high. But that just broke way too fast, and I couldn't even decide what to do, so we got out right away because my theory there was not a good one, as that does not hit out. So that's that. You know, look at Wish, man. Like again, this stock continues to be a little bit of a mover every day. Context Logic today again on the 1 minute down that 6%. Look at this. I mean, just straight down. A nice little, you know, if you just draw a line, ding, 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 all the way down. Actually, it breaks it right there. But the pattern to the downside about from all the way from the open 13 down to about here 1228, straight draw a line, all these highs, connect the dots, and then you break up a little bit higher right now. I'm looking at this kind of a level right now on Wish, 1220. If we break down there, I think that's a good opportunity to maybe get a little short on that name. So we're looking there. And then another name that you guys are looking at all the time is Clover Health. So that's a 1250 number right now. Let's go load up. Again, still straight to the downside here. If you look at a daily chart of Clover, if I can in 1 second here, a big move up. This is going to look silly because it's not that much data, obviously, as a SPAC. But, you know, this number coming, 1120, this is not good. You get a big move up, down, make that base, right? The base coincides with these highs and then this high. So that makes sense, that base. Ripped upside, now you're gonna come back down and it's fine. It's not like it's horrible right now. It's just, if you take this 1124 out again on the downside, then we probably do revisit, honestly, at least a 50 period, which is 1025, and then even lower than that. So right now, Clover's a pretty good long. Like I like this long here in Clover at 12, 1240, 1250, but your out's gonna be right here, 1120. So I like this name actually for risk reward, guys. So here's another name that I think you could swing as well. Clover, you could go long now, and as long as we open up not below 1120, then you have your defined out. So I think it's about a buck, let's call it $1.50. Let's say you get out if it breaks 11. So $1.50 downside risk. And I think upside, man, we've seen the upside on this thing. You know, you can at least get back to that 1450, which makes you a winner. And then let alone if we tick higher and higher. So Clover's not a bad name right here either.
So I got one for you guys. Name that tune, Breakdown, Shakedown. You're busted. MRIN, you are busted. The rollover, I'm done with it. Right here, I just got out. And you can kind of tell the cluster I'm going to go with here. It's an obvious one. Right down to that 15 even area to $16. We get right in the middle of that, like 15.50, right? It turns at 50s. I get out on a bounce upside in the 60, 69 range. Now, we had the short off of 17, so it's about $1.25 worth of a win. Yes, I did get the second leg out out of probably some impatience. Some of it had to do with the time of day here. If you slide this over and the same move happens at like 2:30, yeah, you'll probably be able to hang on to the second leg a little bit longer. But the longer it clustered up there, they could have done that breakout against me. From that, I did see one person. Yeah, you guys are right. It's Seeger. And look, it's in Beverly Hills Cop. It's a Bob Seeger song. That's probably way too easy. So next time I'll challenge you guys a little bit better than that.
I knew the movie, and then I Googled who it was. But
okay.
But I knew the movie.
Honestly, like the other day I came up with like Ryan Leslie, who you should never have heard of. Well, he's amazing, by the way, but a lot of people have probably never heard of him, and you guys were all over, at least a few people were, and I was surprised at that. I do want to talk about Virgin Galactic, and there's probably no need on the daily chart to go that far back. I can go this far back and show you guys all know what happened, and it's 60 high, and we're all the way back in here. But this is the last couple of days. Okay, 43. Okay, 43. Now, all candidates aside, I'll probably be looking at 40. I'll probably be looking at a 43 short tomorrow if I get the chance to trade it, just based on that double bottom there. But when he made that first move up and we're starting to come off that 60 level, I did think 39 to 42 was going to be sort of that target area for support. Now we're above that. The supports ended up being above that range, which can be bullish. Remember, they got test flights to come I think it's next week. So you do have to watch out for that. That can be a possible problem. But if you get any kind of a hold at this 43 level going into tomorrow, opening above it or testing it and holding, that would be a fantastic entry point because you kind of know where you're wrong. And I like knowing where you're wrong before you get into a trade. That can either be your breakdown of 43 if you want to give it further down to that 39 area. I think a lot of people are going to be shorting that 43 level if it breaks, so that's why I would say you don't necessarily get into it until you see it hold tomorrow. It is a nice little double bottom, sometimes paying up after seeing it show some strength is the better way to get into it, instead of just catching a falling sword every single time. You can really like a price, but it might be better to see it actually, the buyers come in first. Like when I short on some of those like halt trades, I want to see the selling come in before. I don't want to be the person making the turn. Who cares? You don't need the guts and the glory. You want the win.
This isn't going to be Bob Seger, but
it's better.
Yeah, same idea. So that's what we're going to do there on that music, that culture. So yeah, congratulations, guys. Good quote there. Beverly Hills Cop. If you haven't seen it, please do. And you will thank us for that again. Maybe we're showing our age again. I think there's some new Beverly Hills Cops, but isn't that with like Jonah Hill or something? I don't know. There's some sort of a movie like that reminds
Some things you shouldn't.
21 Jump Street or something?
They remade 21 Jump Street.
That's what it was.
It's actually not. It wasn't that bad. But some things you should leave alone. Although that was actually pretty funny. I got to admit, Jonah Hill's hilarious, man.
Jonah Hill's great. I think he's lost like 500 pounds too. I saw him the other day. He looks way smaller. The days of Superbad and all that. They gone. Okay, Clover right now. Okay, Clover, we just talked about that. We don't even want to talk about Clover anymore. What are we doing? Let's talk about AMD. Again, another name that we like. The daily chart looks horrible on this one, but I don't know how we survived. This is by far my worst stock today, and we should have got out of it. And we did, and it goes all the way down to 91.80. And again, we talked about AMD earlier. It's on the sticky note even. We talked about it taking profits, man. This has been a big, huge run for AMD. It's nice that it's up to the backside right now, but yeah, I don't know what to do right here. 93.80. No, Jonah Hill's amazing. I mean, what's in Wolf of Wall Street? I mean, we love that movie, obviously. Leo as well. Check that movie. Yeah, I'm sure everyone on here has watched that, so I may watch that again. Not with my kids, but that's a good movie. Upside, we're trying to watch a kid movie. Oh, you know what we did? I think this is a trading show, but it doesn't matter. Is it Friday yet? You know what we watched? Luca. Have you guys watched Luca? Luca's a great movie on
My
Disney.
daughter won't.
I actually tweeted it out. I could find a picture of it.
I want to watch it.
It's a great one. Yeah. Santa Mozzarella. There's lots of good quotes in that movie there as we'll go. But definitely, guys, check out Luca if you haven't there. It's a good one on Disney. But, okay, let's do lesson time now. What about Neo, okay? We talked about this earlier. I got out by the skin of my teeth. I'm literally down like single-digit dollars on this one name. And it's amazing that that's the case because we wanted the long. We talked about it today, how the long looked good. But then we had our key outs, man, which was 53.80. We had those outs. We danced with it again. But look, this is how you don't hold the bag. We talk about it every day as about being somewhat disciplined. And look, some of the trades I'm not disciplined at all. Most of them I am. And here, very, very proud to get out of the way on this. We were able to make some money back. We did our typical drop down there for Neo. Big time move down. We got smoked on that. Then we bought it right back, double the shares, triple the shares. Bought that back, made some money, then eventually lost on the last bit, took a long again. It broke the key levels there that we thought about. The key level just goes back to yesterday, even lower than that. Sorry. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, my Neo chart doesn't work from yesterday. Anyways, that breaks, and then look what happens after, just straight to the downside, and now we don't have to worry about it as it's at $51. But we got, down minus 4.2%. We got out by the skin of our teeth there, and now Neo possibly getting ready for a bounce back here. Let's go long if we break 51.10 here. That looks like a good spot. 51 even maybe. I'm going to go 51.10 long on Neo backside, see if we get it to 52-ish.
I think you got me, Steve G. Mr. Perfect Hair. It's not ringing a bell.
Mr. Perfect Hair? That's like Weird Al Yankovic. Mr. Perfect Hair had curly blonde hair. Kurt Hennig was his name.
I mean, I'm thinking immediately my brain is going to him, but he's saying it's a movie reference, a line from a movie. I'm like, I'm blanking on that, and my brain kind of works that. I remember like the most ridiculous things, and then at times something I should remember I don't. And so I just saw in the chat and someone was talking about Alibaba, and I pulled it up here, and it's worth noting if only because DD is I think looking somewhat stronger here, but Alibaba should be in for an interesting test. I mean, someone just said. Someone said in the chat was that breakout was short-lived in Alibaba. Well, on this pullback, it's still above 220, and I'm not saying that because of personal bias, because I want it above 225, because like that's 225 has felt pretty good on Alibaba several times, only to not be, and we're at that point again. But if it can hold this 220 tomorrow, especially in a flat market, I mean, I know we're going into a holiday weekend, so maybe tomorrow not a lot's going to happen. You might have a chance here to maybe consolidate off this 220 level. I know it's a little bit lower than this, like 219. And then maybe if you do that, then you can get that breakout. I kind of reminded about Coinbase here, where sometimes it just had to languish at the bottom a little bit longer before it got going. And this could be the case. I don't think anybody really knows how to price, to truly price that risk. I guess the risk of the Chinese government, the crackdown on the tech space, because it baffles me. Because relative to Amazon, the stock should probably be trading at like $350. But metrics don't always matter. It is what it is. You're sort of sticking it out here, and no idea where the bottom is going to be, other than this 200 level, which has been pretty good, and it's still holding, and the 50 period still holding as well.
So here's a picture. I tweeted this out last Friday at Disney Plus. Anybody down for Luca? We watched it. It's a great family movie. I can't suggest it enough. It's absolutely fantastic. And apparently there's some Easter eggs in it for future movies and things like that. So definitely, guys, catch Luca. I just got a message from the most important person in my life. Happy Canada Day to my mother, who's also watching, and my father, if you're watching as well. But happy Canada Day to both of you. We won't be seeing you today, but hopefully soon on that one. And yeah, obviously we saw you last weekend. So very, very important to me to get that out there. So happy Canada Day to both of you. You know, to us, to you, we love you. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for bringing me into this lovely world and, you know, giving me the opportunity to work here. I remember when I first started in a prop firm. It's actually back on my profile there. You can search each of our days. I remember taking this job with no pay straight out of university on a prop floor. I don't think that made my parents super happy, but they believed in me and trusted in it, and it worked out. So happy Canada Day to you guys as well, and to everybody out there, man. Anybody watching the show, it's a big show. We're super excited to be here on Canada Day. We are taking July 4th off. So I'm American only a couple days a year, and one of them is July 4th. And anytime we get a day off, I am American. Every U.S. holiday, we love that. I have some relatives in the U.S. as well, as I'm sure we all do. So happy 4th of July to everybody, but we'll say that tomorrow as we are back here. Look at Meds today, guys. So Meds today, a little slow right now. You know, getting out of the last piece there was a mistake. I got double filled. It wasn't a mistake. I left an order out there. I just filled both of them at the Silencio, Bruno. Yes, good call there. Daryl, yeah, you watch it there. Yeah, there it is. Oh man, a lot of you guys like Luca. Yeah, there we go. Good show. What's up, Daryl? To that as well.
No spoilers.
No, that's not spoiler. There's some Italian words in the movie there, Neil. Okay, so it's in Italy, right? So downside right now, 666 was the bottom. Does that mean something for Meds? Who knows? But right now we did get out of that. We like that short all day. Big pop up. Anybody holding Meds right now, not a bad play, but for me, a no-brainer on that one. Did Neo break yet? I don't think so because I'm not long. 51.10 coming soon, guys. That's going to be a trade. What? Where'd the time go? We only have 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean,
hold on, Neil.
You just said I gotta cover my Tesla just so you guys
go,
know.
yeah.
I literally, and I haven't hit it yet once during this show, but I looked a gift horse in the mouth saying I wanted to break over 680, but it couldn't break that VWAP there. I should have covered some when it failed, grabbed that couple of dollars because it was the end of the day, but I missed the rollover. We'll get out flat. So Tesla, not a huge one. If we get that level tomorrow, hopefully it's 675 or 66.
I just want to show quickly here the Abouts. Look at her. Like, I just went on a rant there and didn't even, well, that wasn't really a rant. We didn't even go over this. So today, let's have a quick look here. Intel on the sell side, 1.1 million shares. Not doing much. Merck, what else is here? Everything gold. What's Barrick doing? The big level is probably not creating anything on gold. Yeah, see, even a buy imbalance, not moving it. Uber on a sell side. I like Uber long right now. So, you know, maybe something's there. And then that's about it. I don't MCW, no interest there. Cisco, no major names that anybody's holding on here. Oh, maybe Bumble on a sell? What? Bumble's back to 57. Okay, that's interesting. What up, Beep?
Just going to double check on a couple of things, guys. There's no earnings for tonight or tomorrow morning that are terribly exciting. Starting not next week. They gave everyone the week off, I guess, next week because of the holiday on Monday. But the 13th, as of the 13th, we will be back into full swing of things, starting with JP Morgan. So some of the big banks going to be coming, guys, the week of the 13th. So mark that down for earnings.
I want to get long in all those wicks there at the bottom. Those $30. Are you long there, Neil?
Our charts are. There's a lot of really weird dark pool prints on every single one of the major banks. It doesn't matter what you like. Wells, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan. I don't know. In our system, there's just a ton of them. Shouldn't have missed this one, guys. SRN Sorrento here, right at the high of the day. This one did get a Kramer look. He's like, it's not a meme stock. Yeah, it does have the daily chart looking just like it. And we mentioned this in the morning show. I don't know why I forgot about this. 1067, this area here, a bit of a double top, and now breaking out through it. So this 11 high, it does have a for right now, I mean, there's no trade with 5 minutes left in a wall like this. Maybe it goes a few pennies, maybe makes a 4 p.m. run or something like that, but I'm not going to be trading it this close to the close with a level like that. But this could be a good one breaking through that 11 even area. Now, clearly you have resistance here. I mean, buying on the double top, it kind of stinks, but you got to watch out for this. This could be on a bit of a breakout run. I know it's up 13, 14%, and yes, it does fall into that category technically as one of those meme squeeze type of plays, but the setup actually looks pretty good if it holds above 11. You just hate the overnight gap risk buying the high, and that's sort of the problem. You want to be identifying the ones where you could have got it at a good price. That's why I'm not happy with myself, because we talked about this when it was, well, we talked about this when it was over here on the morning show, and then you see right after we came off and made that break, retest that 10.25, 10.30 area. That's ideally what you're looking for, and even if you catch it at VWAP, it gives you a good risk to reward there. Whether or not you're holding for the breakout, it gives you a better price when it comes to risk if you want to be holding overnight. At the absolute top at 11, it's kind of, the risk reward isn't always the best at that kind of a price, but Sorrento, make sure it's on your radar for the day trade tomorrow.
Yeah, so yeah, that 11 level, very, very key there. Just to let you guys know, so there's a little bit of resistance here on DD there. The Chinese ride-hailing service came public yesterday. No put in showing the chart. 2 lines, so that's good, up and down. So nothing happening there. But yesterday we picked up a great trade on DD long at $14. Even, let's see, is that going to be? No, it's not going to be there. We were long at $14.12 yesterday, and look what we have today. We have the very bottom once again. That's a legit trade. I still have it on. It's $15.02. Part of it is ego why we still have it on, trying to make the high of the day and the low of the day. But we should have took it out there at $16.90. It's just a small. It's not a small percent, but it's a third of what we had on. And I'm just going to give you guys an update. I was just waiting to see if we got a last minute bump upside, but now if we break back down below 1640, we'll take this out. It'll be a $1.40 win, so that's not good. And on the same topic here, there we go. We've been talking about Luca all day, so here comes the pizza. He's going to be serving up a nice little pizza here tonight for everybody. I know Neil does not like pineapple on his pizza. I believe there was no pineapples hurt in the making of that animation because I think it's a pretty clean pizza right there. And here comes DD right to the downside. There it is. So we are out of that one. We'll go bullseye. Proud of this trade today, man. We called it for you guys as a swing trade. We got a lot of respect for that on the early show. So there it is. DD on a swing. We take that. And I think that Palantir, I mean, again, I don't think this is a buy. We talked about this over and over again. I talked about why I trimmed some out yesterday at $2 ago at $26.40. We did that, not a huge part, but we did trim some. Now it's coming back in, so watch out. I still think it can retrace a little bit. We know Kathy Wood of ARK Invest has trimmed her position a little bit, apparently anyways, on this name. So she'll be back in. Don't worry. This is a very, very long-term play. I like Palantir, but for right now, it's under pressure. And again, the sticky note from a few days ago, I kept it. I don't know where it is now, but we talked about Palantir being, oh, here it is right here. This is from 2 days ago. Palantir under, right where my finger is there, could be under pressure, due for a pullback, right? So there it is. That was 2 days ago. And yeah, that's a little bit of pressure right there. So I'm staying a little clear from Palantir with only 2.5 minutes to go. Wow, I say the fastest 45 minutes. I think today might be a record.
This one has really moved fast. I know some people asked about VR, AR, and I said when it originally at the open, when it opened up, I was like, I can't touch it because it was entirely too thin and there wasn't enough volume. It actually turned into a decent trade. Actually, it even gave you a bit of a breakout play at 14. It should be on the radar tomorrow, as long as there's going to be good liquidity, because it is opening up on the high today, guys. Just, always sort of tread lightly with these. We've seen massive big day runs, although oddly enough, some of the worst performing day one plays have been the best runners in day two, like DD's an example. I've seen a couple of these recently, and who knows? I mean, I don't know whether that actually bears any mentioning, but VRAR should be on the radar for you watching tomorrow. And looky here, Donut. The high was at 21, exactly at 21, and we're like minutes from the close. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that actually went right to $21 on a T there, guys. But it's closing at 21. We're gone in 90 seconds, but remember, stick around. There's a trade of the day. If you're interested in trading halts or understanding how volatility, you can take advantage of volatility on some of these types of names that are halting, 5, 6, 7 times a day. And in this particular case, making moves from the open at about $54 at the bottom. Well, at the bottom, it was actually down here at 48, all the way up to almost $80. And that pales in comparison to what this did yesterday. This was the trade of the day, and yes, it was a short. You have to be very careful when you're trading those, but we always have a plan of action. They say in a certain movie, a sub boat doesn't take a piss without a plan. And that movie you can probably name. I'm kind of dating myself with it, of course, so some of the younger people would have no clue what I'm talking about with that one.
and new all-time highs for Mr. Softy, my favorite. I know my father's watching. We have a funny story. I was investing in this $30, $40. It didn't do anything for like 5 years. Trimmed part of that off, got out of it. Now it's at $271. But we bought back in. I mean, I think my average price somewhere around $60, $70 on Softy. But I remember that one was so happy, was paying dividends, but it wasn't moving. Got frustrated with it. Now $271, and now my kids are buying Microsoft and things like that. So very, very happy to do that. I remember watching Mad Money with Jim Cramer talking about all this. With only 10 seconds to go, let's go, Miss V. You guys gave her the green today. That's a present. And you can see what it's doing. The ES big time move up. 2 and 1. There it is.
Oh, no way, the NASDAQ.
I won't spoil it for everybody, and I don't know the number that Brendan's going to give you, but the NASDAQ made a run there at the end of the day. So I don't know. We're gonna.
It was so close. It was so close, man.
We're gonna throw over to Brendan and see. It's now on my screen, guys. Look, just officially, like it's 0.1, 0.00. It had a nice little move up there. It did go positive right at 4 o'clock. So I'm wondering there what Brendan has on his screen. Let's go, Brendo.
Let's not keep people waiting. Let's go right to it, guys. I'm gonna round up. How about that? I'm gonna round up.
Yes.
And call it a black 0. Yeah. So back to positive territory, at least by fractions, we'll call it. 0.5% for the S&P, about 0.3 for the Dow. Nice day overall. Worth noting, 6 in a row, guys. 6 record high closes in a row for the S&P. Yeah, we won't talk about cryptos because, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, well, Valerie can't have control over the cryptos.
Yeah, you gotta limit your power.
Give her time.
Not yet. Yeah, we're working on it. You send her gold stuff for Bitcoin. Then I think the Bitcoin color is like orangey gold. Yeah. You don't wear orange though, do you, Valeria?
She'll have to start.
No. Wow. You guys are right on top of everything right now. Good job today, guys. Okay, we're not going to leave you too long. Happy Canada Day for everybody, to everybody's family, of course. Happy Canada Day. We're going to go one more time here. Maggie and Lucas on the 1s and 2s over there. I think Rob's in a coma. The guy had a full rack of ribs.
No lie.
For
no
lunch.
Lie.
So is he still around? Anyone?
Who eats a full
napping?
He's happy. Brendan, Neil, you guys want to say Happy Canada Day quickly?
Happy Canada Day, everybody.
Canada Day.
Awesome day today. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you guys for the Trader TV Live team. That's Neil, that's Brendan. Miss V's somewhere typing to you guys right now. I'm Sean for our whole team. Happy Canada Day, and we are back tomorrow. Love you, my parents. Ciao.
Bye, guys.